Welcome to our Titanic Wax Museum. I'm Miss Wright, and I'm your host for today. I'm the teacher of these wonderful students, and this is my final wax museum. I've done them about 20 years, and I'm retiring, so I'm thrilled to death to be ending on such a positive note in such a lovely facility. Look at these lovely faces.
Hello, my name is Ruth Becker. I am 12. This is my mother, Nellie Becker. She's 36. And this is my friend, Nina Harper. She is 6 years old. And as I said, we are all in second class. Dear Journal, I could see the dock of New York. When I got off the boat, I was so relieved. I said a prayer of thanks. I was glad Father was not on the ship. He probably wouldn't have made it. I started looking around for Kate or Dorothy. I spotted Alice and her mother talking to reporters. I finally noticed Kate sitting down sobbing. "Kate," I said, what's wrong?" "My father," she sobbed. "He's gone. I hope we are going to get back together again in New York. Let me see if I can find Ruth." "Ruth, where are you? I need you, please." Ruth called out, "Mom, is that you? Where are you?" I started pushing through the people, saying, "Ruth, come out, come on." There she was, holding an empty cup of coffee and a half-eaten piece of bread.
Hello, we are the first-class passengers. I am Miss Molly Brown. This is Dorothy Gibson, a movie star. And this is Mr. Jack Thayer Jr., and his dad owns an enterprise. I spoke to the officer. "You better go back for some more people," he responded. "Ma'am, it's too dangerous," I explained. "You better go back, or I'm going to throw you overboard." He finally gave in, and I took the rows and saved a few people. When I was heading back to my cabin, I felt a bump and a sound so deafening, like 1,000 fingernails on a chalkboard. Jeepers, we've hit an iceberg. I have to go fetch Mother.
I'm 17 years old, and in a few days, Mother, Father, and I will be boarding the floating palace, the Titanic.
I was heading to my cabin when I decided to go get some sea air. It got colder than it was on deck earlier. Brr. When I was in bed, I felt a bump and went outside to see what it was. I went back inside and knocked on Molly Brown's door. "Hello, Miss Brown. Please put on something warm and put on your lifebelt and head to the main deck," I said. "Okay," she responded.
I am 6 years old. I am traveling with my father and aunt.
I am a stewardess on the Titanic. And here's some really neat facts about the Titanic. Though the Titanic did have 4 funnels, one of them was fake. And the Titanic also had a double bottom hole. Some of the cargo was ice cream, velvet, ostrich plumes, cheese, hairnets, and quite a lot of other stuff.
Hi, I'm Ellen Bird. I am a first classmate to Ida and Isidore Strauss. I make sure their house is clean, and I prepare breakfast for them.
Hi, I'm Captain Edward J. Smith, the captain of the Titanic. This is Herbert Pittman, and this is Thomas Andrews. We are the officers on the Titanic.
I sprinted to the bridge to tell the crew to start loading the lifeboats and to tell the stewards to get everybody to the deck with lifeboats on, but don't do it so the passengers don't get frightened. I will also tell the orchestra to start playing some party tunes to calm the passengers down once they realize that the Titanic is sinking. They listened very carefully to what I had said because many of them already knew we had hit an iceberg.
The ship is colossal. It is 882 feet long, the length of a 4-city block. The Beauty was manufactured in Belfast, Ireland at Harland and Wolff shipyards.
As this might be Thomas Andrews' journal, I am Marion Salone, commemorating his death. He was such a great man, giving up his seat for a child in need for his mother. He gave me a spot in the lifeboat. Of course, it's months later. They've already sued the Titanic.
I got separated from my dad. He said when you get in a lifeboat, you're just going for a lifeboat drill and coming back.
And I said, okay. And then I looked back and the Titanic was sinking, and I thought about Dad. I wondered if he was going to get into a lifeboat and survive, or going to die on the Titanic.
I tried to see what happened, so I went to 3rd class to rescue my friend, and there was water on the floor. And I got on a lifeboat 5, with Helen, and I told my friend to jump on, and he did. And now he's on the lifeboat, and I asked Helen to marry me. So there were many ice warnings near us, but the captain says going to the south was a good success. Well, I need to go do my work. Ta-ta.
As the people of Titanic realized something wasn't right, the captain checked the compartments. 6 were full. If only 4 were full, we would float. The captain told the stewards, go and tell people to get their life jackets and come up to the promenade deck. Every officer is either in the lifeboats or helping people into the lifeboats.
What? She hit an iceberg 30 minutes ago? After hearing that, I got dressed, grabbed my revolver, and started loading lifeboat 7.
I said, what's wrong? He replied with his voice shaking, goodbye, sweetheart. Then I said, what do you mean by goodbye? He sobbed, I'm staying on the ship, sweetie. All of a sudden, I had a knot in my stomach. I started crying on his shoulder. I didn't want him to leave. Then, all of a sudden, I felt my mom grab me by the waist and put me into the lifeboat. Then we went into the water. I didn't look back for a while, but then I did, and I saw the last of the large vessel go underwater and freezing bodies just lying there, hopelessly, begging for another life. I turned back around and cried for my father.
Captain Smith came in. Man, it's every man for himself. Get yourself to a lifeboat. So I hurried out of the room to get to a lifeboat, but no lifeboats were left.
It's 12 o'clock. April 15th. The Titanic is slowly tilting. I finally know what's happening. The ship got hit by an iceberg. One of the officers said, load the children and women on the lifeboat first.
I went to 3rd class and saw water on the floor. I went back up and saw people being lowered into the boat, so I went to help out. Later, Lightoller asked me if he could lower the boat, and I said no, but Captain Smith bumped me over and said yes.
I put my wife in a lifeboat, and she said no, she wanted to stay with me. So we had an argument about that, and at the end, she won, and she stayed with me, and she gave her seat to our maid, Ellen Bird, and we stayed on the ship and went down.
Is everybody looking toward me? Now make sure your notepad is right behind where they can find it.
Tomorrow, my mother, Nellie, at the age of 36,
Forgot to say, I went to church and okay, so when I was done, I came down to the card room and played cards. And
I saw the last of the large vessel temperature has dropped. Many people are learning about Captain Wright, projected of Wright, by Mr. Erlos Eggleston, 3rd class. It tells me about
That's all right. You'll come down. You're not a man. Come down. Let's go on, remember.
Keep smiling.